Good morning. Last class we discussed what is meant by alloy, then what are the functions of alloying elements, then what are the purpose of making alloys are discussed. In this class we discussed about heat treatment of alloys or heat treatment of steel. Heat treatment means it is defined as the process of heating and cooling of solid steel article under carefully controlled conditions. During heat treatment, certain properties are altered without altering its chemical composition. Mainly, physical properties are altered, but chemical composition are not changed. Then objectives or purpose of heat treatment. The main purpose is improvement in magnetic and electrical properties, refinement of grain structure, removal of the imprisoned trapped gases, removal of internal structures, improves fatigue and corrosion resistance. Then types of heat treatment of alloys or steel. First one is annealing, hardening, tempering, normalizing, carburizing, nitriding. These are the types of heat treatment of alloys. First one, annealing. What is meant by annealing? Annealing means softening. This is done by heating the metal to high temperature followed by slow cooling in a furnace. The main purpose of annealing is it increases the machinability. It also removes the imprisoned gases. Then annealing can be classified into two categories. One is low temperature annealing or process annealing. Second one, high temperature annealing or full annealing. Low temperature annealing or process annealing. It involves in heating steel to a temperature below the lower critical temperature followed by slow cooling. The main purpose of low temperature annealing is it improves machinability, it increases the ductility, it reduces the corrosion. The next one, high temperature annealing or full annealing. Full annealing means it involves in heating steel to a temperature about 30 to 50 degrees Celsius above the higher critical temperature and holding it at that temperature for sufficient time to allow the internal changes to take place and then cooled to room temperature. The approximate annealing temperatures of various grades: mild steel 840 to 870 degrees Celsius, medium carbon steel 780 to 840 degrees Celsius, high carbon steel 760 to 780 degrees Celsius. The purpose of annealing means it increases the ductility and machinability. It makes the steel softer together with an appreciable increase in its toughness. Then second type. First type is over annealing process. Second type is hardening or quenching. Hardening means it is the process of heating steel beyond the critical temperature and then suddenly cooling it either in oil or brine water or some other fluid. Hardening increases the hardness of steel. The faster the rate of cooling, harder will be the steel produced. Medium and high carbon steels can be hardened, but low carbon steels cannot be hardened by hardening process or quenching process. The main purpose of the quenching process is it increases its resistance to wear, ability to cut other metals and strength, but steel becomes extra brittle. It increases abrasion resistance so that it can be used for making cutting tools. Third one, tempering. It is the process of heating the already hardened steel to a temperature lower than its own hardening temperature and then cooling it slowly. In tempering, the temperature to which hardened steel is reheated is of great significance and controls the development of the final properties. So, tempering for retaining strength and hardness, reheating temperature should not exceed 400 degrees Celsius. For developing better ductility and toughness, reheating temperature should be within 400 to 600 degrees Celsius. The main purpose of the tempering is it removes any stress and strains that might have developed during quenching. Then it reduces the brittleness and also some hardness, but toughness and ductility are simultaneously increased. Then next one, cutting tools like blades, cutters, tool bites always requires tempering. So the main purpose of this tempering is it cutting tools, that means blade, cutters, tools are always requiring tempering. So these three are the first main three types of the heat treatment of alloys: annealing, hardening and tempering. Remaining next class.